I dream of a missionary option, that is, a missionary impulse capable of transforming everything for the evangelization of today's world. I recently heard about a beautiful conversation that took place during Vacation Bible School in one of our parishes. The kids and the teachers were talking about vocations, about how God calls each one of us by name. Perhaps He calls us to the priesthood, or to marriage, remaining single, or to be a religious sister or brother. One little boy, about 7 years old, raised his hand and asked, "Why can't I hear God's voice? Why doesn't He just call my mom's cell phone and ask for me? Then He could tell me what I'm supposed to be." The teacher replied, "God doesn't shout or pick up a phone or use Facebook to talk to us. Instead, He speaks very softly. Do you know why? Because first, He wants to be close to us." Our theme for this year's Bishop's Annual Appeal is Missionary Disciples. Pope Francis has used that term very often. He says that he dreams of a missionary church that will transform the world. That's my dream too, for the Diocese of Savannah, a missionary diocese. What does it mean to be a missionary disciple? It means that when we are in love with Jesus, we want to tell the whole world about Him. First, though, we need to be close to Him, like the little boy in the story. After Jesus called His apostles, He spent an awful lot of time with them, 3 years in fact. My invitation to you today is draw close to Jesus. Listen for His voice, and then ask Him, what is my role in the church? Let God lead you into a new area of ministry and service. There are thousands of people in our diocese who have answered this question and who are saintly examples of missionary disciples. I'm inspired by Sister Nuala, a Franciscan sister in Valdosta, for her work as Director of Social Services at the St. Francis Outreach Center. Her leadership of 498 volunteers helps more than 2,900 brothers and sisters in the Valdosta area with clothing and household items and a thriving food pantry. She is a missionary disciple. I think of Father Lou Lucier from St. Bernadette and Our Lady of Assumption churches. Father Lou created St. Camilla's Health Clinic, a mobile clinic that operates in the poorest community of Georgia to provide routine health screenings to our brothers and sisters in dire need of medical attention, all at no charge to the public. Besides being a priest, Father Lou is also a medical doctor. He is a missionary disciple. I think of Father Raphael, who every weekend celebrates 5 masses in 3 missions in Middle Georgia, in 2 languages, and then plays soccer with the kids in the afternoon. He is a missionary disciple. I think of Mrs. Maureen Lewis, principal of Aquinas High School in Augusta, who together with her faculty and staff create a valued-centered environment in which young people can strive for academic excellence while being formed in our Catholic tradition. She is a missionary disciple. I think of all the people in each one of our parishes who so faithfully attend daily Mass or participate in Eucharistic adoration, who by their devotion show us the meaning of prayerful discipleship. I also think of our 19 seminarians, 9 of whom who have come here from other countries, who are truly outstanding young men who have left home and family to one day serve us as priests. All of these people show us what it means to be missionary disciples, to first fall in love with Jesus and then do whatever he asks. So I want to challenge you to be missionary disciples in the Diocese of Savannah. During communion today, as you receive the body and the blood of Christ, I invite you to speak to him about 3 things. First, what one way can you be a better disciple? Is it more consistent prayer? Do you need to seek forgiveness in the sacrament of reconciliation? Maybe commit yourself to more spiritual reading or to join a small faith group. Secondly, what one way can you be a better missionary? Think about the people you see most on a daily basis. Your family, your friends, your classmates, your co-workers. What is one way, in either words or actions, that you can be more Christ-like to them? How can you show that your faith is meaningful and important in your life? And how can you cheerfully share Jesus with others? And thirdly, what one way can you be more involved in the church? Dig a little deeper here. How is Jesus inviting you to participate in your parish and your diocese? If you are not already really involved, I urge you to read the bulletin today and volunteer in some way, even if it's small. Take a step. Offer yourself in some new way. Perhaps pray about being a lector, an altar server, a choir member, a minister of hospitality, help landscape the church property, or teach our children in the parish religious education program. There is so much that needs to be done. As part of this third step, please think about your gift to the bishop's annual appeal. Your gift is a part of this entire framework. It is a way of being a missionary disciple, of truly engaging in the work of the church. Your gift makes it possible to continue the mission of the church now and for the next generation by supporting the fostering of vocations, faith formation and education, and our outreach to the poor in all of our parishes and ministries. To illustrate why your involvement is so important, imagine the little boy in the opening story. Imagine that he does grow closer to God through his teen years, and that the Lord does call him to the priesthood. Just like our current seminarians, he will rely on your support during his seminary formation. And while that is only one example, among thousands, the point is the same. If our church is to thrive, we must come together as one to support the great work God has called us to. Let me close by saying that the word missionary has the same root word as missile, an object that ignites when it lands. Today, when the Mass is ended, go forth as missionary disciples and set the world on fire for Christ. Thank you.